Hey folks, how's it going? Hope you're all doing really good. We're just taking this jazz bass for a little ride here. This used to be a fretless jazz bass, belongs to a friend of mine. He had me put some fret wire in it, so now we have a fretted bass. The frets feel really good on this one, nice and clean. I took my time, did as good a job as I possibly could, which I always do anyway, but this just feels really good. It feels broken and played and really smooth. So let's see what it sounds like. Still got flat wounds on it too, so. What a nice round tone. Hope you guys caught that terrible bass line I played. It's a great bass line. I'm not a great bass player, but that's the theme song to Barney Miller, in case you're wondering. Check that out sometime. There's about, I don't know, 8 or 10 different versions of that tune. And there's some killer bass playing, and the guitar solo on that it's awesome. There's a couple versions of it that are really awesome. I think they redid it every year or something, you know, for the show. Anyway, this thing plays really nice. I like the flat wound, round wound, whatever they are. I might do this to my basses. They feel really nice. You don't get all the string streak, you know, when you move your fingers. You know, it's a little different tone. I get it, but I like it. Again, I'm not a great bass player, but I dabble in it sometimes just for recording purposes, but I'm going to call this one done. I'm going to check the relief one more time in the neck now that we've had it up to tension. I mean, this thing plays like butter right now. The action's really tight and nice, and like I said, this thing just feels like home. Feels like it's been played. It has been played. I mean, it's a few years old, but with frets in it, it's going to feel totally different when the owner picks this up. I think he's going to be quite happy with his decision. Versus, you know, buying another neck. We cut the fret lines out, and I widened the fret slots out a little more to accept the tang of these frets, and we put frets in it. And honestly, I don't know how you would ever tell that this has been fretted. Unless it says fretless in the serial number, and that's how you tell. I don't know. This is a 75th anniversary edition, I believe. It's American made. Really sweet bass. Nice weight to it too. It's not like a, you know, a tree stump like a lot of them are. They're really heavy. This one feels really good. And like I said, I really love these round wounds. They're really easy to play. I think I like the sound of them better too, honestly. So, like I said, I think I might change at least one of my basses over to these just for recording purposes. And you know, you don't get that string squeak, like I said, which is kind of can be a bear to deal with when you're recording sometimes. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking this out. If you didn't get to see the video of this, like I said, this was fretless. It had the like plastic pickguard material recessed into the to the fretboard, almost like frets. They were slotted. Then they put these markers in there and they were flush to the fretboard. I removed those, like I said, widened these out, each slot out, and put fret wire in it. It's medium. It's like a medium fret wire. It's vintage Fender spec bass wire. And it's real Fender stuff, supposedly. At least that's what it said on the package. The only thing I didn't do to this, I thought I was going to have to put a different knot on it, which I ended up having to shim this E string up just a little bit, and the other ones weren't bad. You know, even though it was a fretless bass, the string still had to be up off the wood, okay? So it was about right, really. I think I'm going to use this as a guide and make a bone nut for it maybe eventually, or we'll see what the owner wants to do. I mean, this thing, it'll last for a long time just like that, especially with these type of strings. They don't cut, you know, into the nut so bad. Anyway, guys, this is a really beautiful bass. I mean, I must say, Fender and Gibson are making some really nice products right now. You know, I was into guitars and collecting through the bad spells, you know, in the 80s and even in the 70s when I was first starting out. It was kind of known, like, they weren't of great quality. But nowadays, I think it has to do with, you know, the CNC machines that they use now. Everything's pretty precise. You know, it's still hand assembled, you know, and they're doing the fit and finish. A lot of times they plaque this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of AI involved nowadays, but, you know, this just proves that a human being can still do it with his two hands. So, anyway, thanks to Ben, who owns the bass, for letting me do the work to it. It's all ready to go, bud, and I think you're going to be happy. I would be, no question. I love this bass, so if you want to get rid of it, let me know. Just kidding. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. If you got a fretless bass and you want to put frets in it, it can be done. Is it cheaper than buying a neck? Yes, it is. And if you buy a neck from Fender, it's not going to have this serial number on it. It's going to come from Mexico, more than likely. And that's how it works. And they ain't cheap. So I did have a few people make comments about why not just buy another neck? Why not just refret the thing and get it done so you can play it? You know, it's almost, I'm not going to get down this road, but I am going to kind of just turn around in the end of it for a second, okay? All right, so refretting instruments. This is exactly how I look at it, okay? You buy let's say you bought a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, right? Well, eventually the tires are going to wear out on that car, and so aren't the brake pads, and you need to change the oil, and they need maintenance, okay? This is just like changing the tires, to me. If you're going to drive around and ride in it, you got to have tires. And if they're worn out, they're no good. It just doesn't function well. So that's how I look at it. Does it devalue a guitar to have the original frets taken out? Not a bit. Not in my opinion. Do a nice job. As I said before, if I didn't tell you this was a fretless bass before I did this, you would never know in a million years. The only thing that might tip you off is there's no dots in the face of the fretboard. That's it. There are fret markers on the side. There's side dots, but other than that, you really probably wouldn't know. And you probably wouldn't care either as far as that goes. But, well, thanks again, guys. I hope that clears things up. And like I said, I didn't want to go down the fret replacing road, but if you have a nice guitar that needs frets, have it refretted, you know? Then you can play it. What good is it to you if you can't play it? That's where, you know, put the frets in a bag and keep them in the case, and you can say you have them. I guess that's the best way to do it. Okay, guys, thanks again for watching. We'll see you real soon. Okie doke.